let me tell you a little bit about business process modeling using SAP Solution Manager. So in former days, we didn't have too much documentation from a business process perspective for R3 or ECC. But these days with S4HANA, in the Best Practices Explorer, you've got pretty much solution documentation or business process documentation for every single business process. So if I take one at random, so I'm just in the finance leaf having a look at accounting and financial close. If I just take one of these processes at random, so I'm going to go for J58 here. Here's an explanation of the business process. These are the key flows. So that aside, SAP now provides a number of artifacts with the rapid business process documentation in the form of BPMN documentation. So here's a detailed example of some of the business process documentation which comes out of the box with an S4HANA system. So if you've got an S4HANA system and you want to document from end to end, you pull the documents down from the Rapid BP is the name of the URL, and you'll pick up the standard business process documentation from SAP. So where does it actually go? So in SAP Solution Manager, under the Project and Process Management tab here, if you take the Solution Documentation tile, and then we navigate down to looking at the breadcrumbs along the top here, we're in business processes in the corporate solution. We're having a look at an end-to-end process, and all the way down we're into procure to pay. So we're having a look at a standard procure to pay end-to-end process. In here is the artifacts which come standard with the Business Process Explorer. So if I just pull up the documentation for the purchasing procure to pay process, the diagram comes in here, and of course you can put it into edit mode, and then you can extend this. So maybe you want to add some of your local interfaces perhaps, or you have some custom code or some extensions to put in. So you can put in your own steps in here, and off you go. So not only can you store the business process or the BPMN document, but you also have other documentation capabilities in here, and one of my favorites is the test cases. And if I just pull up the test cases, a lot of folk complain that they're not quite sure what to test in a process, but using the solution documentation within Solution Manager, you've got the step-by-step procurement testing. So you've got your step 1, step 2, step 3. So this is a description, the instructions, and the expected results. You've also got attachments down here. So if I open up the attachment and then pull this one up, you'll end up getting a screenshot or whatever you save in here pretty much. So other things that you're going to get in the solution documentation is you're going to get some other related documentation. So any request for change, so any charm requests will be in here. Any ITSM records will be in here from a management of defects and the like. Obviously, you get history of any changes and any local developments. You can pretty much key them up into here. So any custom developments, any SAP mods, any enhancements, or any changes to the standard can all be recorded. It's nice and central. So say you wanted to take it a step further. Say you've got a couple of bits of custom code. So if we start again and then we have a look at the solution and then we go into the libraries, and we're going to have a look at two things. We're going to have a look at the, first up, let's have a look at the interface library. When in this particular example, you might put in some monitoring based on a quality of service. You may have some attributes for an IDOC or a caller program. So the other one I wanted to show you was for the local developments. So if I track back into libraries and then hop into the development library and then have a look at some S4HANA packages, and here's a package that I prepared earlier. And just to have a look, these are the type of things that we can document in here. So you can document classes, programs, transactions, pretty much anything in the dictionary can be anything that you can pull up with SE80 can be documented in here. So furthermore, you can put in your own technical design documents. So after your peer review, you can put all the documentation in here. And if you want, you can have some sort of universal document to show the flow of logic through the development. So here's just one example that